Hi everybody. How y'all doing? Everything good, I hope. We're getting down to crunch time. What is it? 12 days left for Christmas. That's how I've spent most of my weekend, trying to get ready for the big mail out, and things are taking a really long time to get to folks. That's the latest wrinkle that I've heard. And I'm still waiting on some packages too. So I have been wanting to do this wall hanging for a while, and I know that we're on the ink trail. And the reason that we're inking and doing so much fabric is because I have to ship these gifts, and it gives me the ability to roll it up, which is something that I wanted to mention to you guys. You know, if you do anything with fabric, it certainly can become more compact than, you know, some of the chalkboard surfaces, which is, you know, in these days, difficult. So it's a big transfer. And I have done it on canvas before. It came out really good on canvas in the past. I'm hoping for equal success. So I did a little prep work just so we could kind of get right to it, and maybe you can help me pick some colors. So I'm gonna show you my desk, and I'll get up in the little corner there, and this is what we're doing, the sugar cookie recipe. This one's no longer available. They have a muffin one for the holidays now, but from time to time they do come out with different transfers that have recipes on them, and these are actual recipes. You can only see the top half on my desk. It goes all the way down, and I'll just flip it up. I have it stuck just basically to the fabric, so we're going to do it in 2 stages because this top portion is what's on my mat right now. I do have another mat, but I think it'll probably be easier to kind of do it in stages. So I'm hoping my dear friend Noreen comes, but I've kind of selected some colors that I hope will look good. In the past, when I've done it on canvas, I would use chalk paste instead of ink, and I was able to do, you know, white, eggs, yolk, and yellow. I don't have any yellow ink. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of stay within this color family. So I've got black, red, gray, and silver shimmer. In the past, I have done the mixer in like the bowl in silver and the mixer itself in red. And the recipient of this, I understand, is doing their kitchen. She has a new apartment, and she's doing her kitchen in red. It's a bummer to me that I can't do the butter in yellow, but you know, what are you going to do? And then it goes down, and there's hearts on the bottom, and instructions, and so forth. So I think for the most part, I originally thought when looking at this, I was going to do sugar cookies in the silver shimmer, as well as the bowl of the mixer. Anywhere that it should be white, I'll probably do in gray, like in these words. The numbers I have done previously in black, helps make it pop. So we're going to tackle it and see how we do. That's all I can say. And this is a time-consuming one because we got to do it in stages. but that's okay. You can, I've got this pretty well stuck down, and I'm going to pull up my sleeves a little bit here, and we're just going to go for it. Now when you do this in chalk, I don't know if you can see down here, but there are registration marks, and with registration marks you can chalk over them, line up your second half of your transfer, and it's seamless every time. You cannot do that with ink. So we're going to try very hard to get as close as possible. We're going to do the top half, then we're going to pull it up, and I'm going to find a way to mark that in some way that I can potentially erase. I do have white ink. I don't know what white would look like, but we don't know till we try. I've never done, yeah, I mean, still might show. All right, enough chatter, because this is a big guy, and it's going to take us a little bit of time. So, sugar cookie just makes me think of silver when I try and relate it to a color for some reason. I just want to get a stir stick here. And I do want to get my Lysol wipe out. Just like to have it handy, especially when I'm working with ink. And I've got the iron ready to go. So I finished up my ingredient shopping. This is Bake Week. I finished up my staff gift with the exception of one thing, which I'm pretty happy about. So I had a very productive weekend. I hope you guys did too. All right, here we go. Now, as we've talked ad nauseum since I started going live again about ink, it's permanent. You get one shot kind of to go over it. What I'm inking onto is just some cotton fabric. I happened to get this at Michael's, although I did see that it's available at Walmart in a 2-yard section for $5. And then all I did was I wanted kind of a rustic look to this, to all these pieces, so I just notch it and I rip it. So the ink is permanent when heat set. You can do that with parchment paper and an iron. You do want to make sure that it's fully dry. And I do have this stuck to a mat, which is very sticky. It's one of our ink mats. And but you could put it on top of cardboard. You just don't want your ink to go through to the other surface. Okay, so I think that like the measuring spoons would look cute in silver, the base, maybe the ampersand. So I'm just going to try and wing it. And I'm going to try and do these dots in black. So we'll just see how it goes. A lot of people ask, what's the difference between paste and ink? That's the main difference, is that ink is permanent when heat set. One of the positives of ink as compared to paste is that the working time, the actual time that you have to work with it, is longer. Paste dries extremely quickly. And that's one of the setbacks, but it does dry pretty quick. So you just want to make sure that you get this into your silk screen area. And sometimes it's a very tiny little area, but we have lots of tools that can help with that. And then you just squeegee off your excess. Trying to look where this would appear to be mechanics and hit that with the silver. Hey, just the person I need. So Brittany is doing her kitchen in red, right? Because I thought I'd do the mixer in red. This one is so big. Some of these bigger ones are easier to do in paste because you could peel it up, but we're just going to be as careful as we can. Oh, you've been here. Okay, cool. Well, I'm doing red, gray, silver, and black. I think that's going to be the nicest. And I might even try some white just to see how it comes up. But let's get this red out the way. And you want to be careful because wherever you put it, the nature of ink, that's where it stays. So sometimes with a big area, I like to take a little bit out, plop it on there, and just kind of work a little section at a time. And it goes pretty far, I have to say. And what's nice is you can squeegee it right up. I have never done paste and ink combination. I don't think it would work out, but I don't know. It might. I was just thinking for that yellow. Maybe we ought to try that. Just to have all the colors on there. This is the trickiest part when you're coming up on another area. But they do, even though it's an intricate design, they usually give you enough room. Okay. I think I got everywhere that I want to be red. There's going to be some more red at the bottom because we got some hearts and stuff. All right, I think black or gray. I think black for the numbers and gray for the measurements. Or maybe the ingredients. But what do you think? Should we try the paste on there? I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't think it'll go through with the same consistency. do our numbers. Boy, I wish you guys could have been here to see me earlier. So I have a dear friend, Danielle, who stops by. She's my LuLaRoe lady. And she was dropping off an order today, and we were in a little bit of a, had like a Pollyanna between some of the ladies, and I got Danielle's name. Well, we didn't have to send it out until the 18th, but I knew what I wanted to do for her. She's a very inspiring person and very empowering, and I wanted to do her a sign of some sort. So I had a Maya Angelou quote, "Nothing can dim the light that shines from within." And I had the perfect color. And all of a sudden she texted me to say she was here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never got a chance. I said, how far away are you? And she said, 14 minutes. I'm like, I need 20. So literally, I grabbed a board. I threw the transfer down. I did remember to fuzz it. And I chalked it. I dried it. I have to say, it looked pretty good. I wrapped it. So this stuff is very forgiving. And and she really liked it, which really made me happy. I'm sorry, butter just cannot not be yellow in my world. What's falling? Everything? I gotta find a better way to store these guys. Let's see. Oh, don't tell me it's doing it again. I just did a huge project where I kind of rescued some of my older pastes, and they do dry up, so they act like chalk. But I got them all to come back, and I was very happy. This is pretty thick though. For our purposes, that might be a little bit better. So I'm just taking some distilled water. You can use tap water, but there have been reports that if distilled is better, because I'm just trying not to lean over the project. Because regular water, if you put it inside your pastes, it can create mold, or if you don't get to it for a while. But just a little bit of water helps. Okay. All right, it better be worth it. That's all I have to say. And I've just got this is a multi-purpose tool. That's what it's called, but it's got a good little edge on it. And since I want this to be pretty thin, so maybe we'll learn something here. Maybe you can combine paste and ink. I don't know. It's not like it's fabric paint. That's basically what the ink is. I don't think it'll hurt anything. All right. Should we do egg yolk too? Well, let's do yolk. All right. We'll see how it turns out. almost done. Oh, I see I need a little more silver over here. And I need to take up some of that black ink, or I'll be sorry. Alright, let's just grab. And this is a stir stick. It's really not meant for what I'm using it for, but it's got a nice flat side. It doesn't really push it into the screen, but I mean, for a couple little marks, you could use it. I wish I have linen colored paste. I think I'm pushing it now. All right, let's just do it gray. Let's just do it gray. The remaining things that you see, I'm going for gray. Hi, Shar. Who's that? Thanks for coming. I think gray, and it's funny because gray is a Pantone color for 2021. Gray and yellow. For next year. And they have certain shades of it. I'm just trying to get some of this on here, and then I'm going to go back over it. But certain shades of gray, I notice, just soften the project, and I really like that look. Probably because I love farmhouse decor, but I always did. I always liked primitive, I always liked farmhouse, whatever we're calling it, country. Farmhouse is a little different than country. I remember the country of the 80s. You know, with the ducks and the blue and the check and all that stuff. Now it's more buffalo plaid and ginghams. But I still have a blue kind of country curtain in my kitchen. I don't right now because I changed them out for Christmas, but put up some red ones over the sink that I made from napkins. Oh, hopefully that didn't bleed through. And I put some pom-pom trim on it. It's just cute as a button. I'm just trying to get all those dots. Get the T, then add thank goodness you can take your time. Oh, nice. Thanks for coming, Charlene. We're trying to make something for Noreen's daughter for the holiday. And this is a big project. So I'll be happy to get it out of the way. I talked to my carpenter, who tells me that I'm going to have my boards, my hanging boards, we'll call them, by Friday. So I don't know when I'm sending crap out, and now I think I'm going to do FedEx because everything is so unreliable lately. Okay, let's look real close. I don't think I missed anything. Okay, so I got my backer here. It's labeled Sugar Cookie 1. It's on the side of my desk. The intent would be is to pull this up, pray, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to unstick it from the mat and move the mat down. Oh, I think it looks pretty good. I gotta say. Not too awful bad. And look at that yellow. Okay, missed a little spot of silver there, but not. I remember the first time I did this previously, I don't think I had as good a result. Alright, I'm just trying to take the crap off my hands. And then we're going to move it up. Well, let me take it off the dryer and move the dryer down. Move the dryer down. I don't know what I'm saying. Move the mat down. Hold on. Do not fold over onto yourself. Alright. That's the trouble with these bigger ones sometimes, is getting it all. But I will say, it folds over pretty well, and I don't have to worry about it like staining before I dry it. So I'm just trying to find the edge of my mat here. And I'm going to take this back because I need to smooth this fabric. The red came out pretty good. And I just want to get it as straight as I possibly can. Oh, don't fall over. Don't fall over. Stay there. Okay, here's another trick that I learned. If I can find it. This is for erasing paste off a chalkboard. You would mist it with water, and then you would use this. Like if you want to change your design. But I thought it would help me smooth out these little tiny areas that I usually have to press in with my hands. Oh, crap. Well, that's not good, and that's ink. Oh, shoot. We're going to keep going. We're going to ignore it. That wasn't smart. I should have just stuck with my hands. Now everything's falling. Isn't that wonderful? That's what always happens, though. If it weren't right in the daggum center. Let me see if I can blend it out. Maybe there's something that will be there that needs to be red. Anyway, I was saying, do I have it on my hands? This is the hardest part of working with fabric, is you gotta make sure it lays down smooth. And sometimes it acts like a ball of yarn that just gets tangled. No matter what you do. You just can't seem, I can't seem, let me rephrase that. I can't quite seem to get it to lay down without a ripple. I've tried a bunch of different ways, but you just have to have patience, honestly. Okay. Now, I am going to hit that with my dryer, and we're going to iron it when we're done. Let this take. so I don't do any more damage. I do see a couple of touch-ups, that's okay. This is big. This is 18 by 24, this transfer. Let's try that. I love the sugar cookie part in silver. I think that looks really good. I see a couple things to touch up, but you know, nothing too awful bad. Oh, got it there again. So something's gonna be red over here. I'm not gonna go through all this hell to not use it. And I cleaned everything before I started this. But, you know, good for me. That's what happens. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna make sure that I got all this. This is why I keep the Lysol wipe handy, because just by me touching that fabric with some tool that was dipped, you know, it messed us up. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this was pretty close to the other words. So I'm just going to try and put that on there as straight as possible. And yes, I am going to lift it up to get it more in the screen. I just got to get it on there first. So we're going to try and move the whole thing up and fold it back. I need a bigger table, but now you can see what I'm working with here. Okay, so I'm going to take some cues from the top half, and I'm going to do the numbers in black. This is an actual cookie cutter, so I'm going to do that in silver. I'm going to do the scrolls in silver. I can't see where I messed up to know. So let us do our black first. Black or silver? I don't care. So numbers are going to go black, because that's what we did up top. Arrows, I think, are going to go gray. Dots will go gray. I probably should have tried the white on something. The yellow seemed to work out okay. Now we haven't heat set it, so I might have to avoid those areas, but we'll see. Don't know until you try. And if I only, you know, if I ruin it, what have I lost? You know, $1 worth of fabric. I'm not worried about it. We got a 1 over here. Oh. Chill dough 1 hour. Well, I said to myself, if it's an actual number, I'm going to do it in black. If it's written out, I might do it in a different color. These are little tiny areas, so I apologize if I'm not talking as much as I normally do. Gray. I'm just trying to figure out my colors here. Anywhere else I ought to put black? How about cut? Come on. All right. Let's get that silver. Well, the arrow up top is gray, so I think I'm just going to stay consistent with that stuff. And I think I'm going to do, well, we know we want the cookie cutter. What color should I do the rolling pin? Should I do it yellow? I think we need to bring in some yellow on this bottom half. Because the hearts will be red. And these swooshes are silver. This is a big transfer. Whew. The rooster's big too, but this one's long. That's why I think being a fabric wall hanging, it'll be nice for her. Take it out at Christmas time, you know. Okay. How about oh. Well, since I already got it on the T, was not my intention to make that all silver. I wanted it to be gray. But, you know, you just roll with it. Red, gray, gray, 6. It doesn't take that long, but I didn't hear the vote about the rolling pin as to what color it ought to be. The only color we don't have one here is the yellow from the top. Okay. Should I do the red? Or the yellow? The yellow is right here. I think I'm just going to go for it. Why do I keep questioning and questioning and questioning? It's just meant to be fun. And I tell you, I really like making these. And I'm going to enjoy making them year after year because there's always going to be a different one that you can do. And I think I'm going to do maybe minutes. And I'm going to do bake in red, I think. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know about heat setting paste. I don't know how that works. So I'm a little leery of that, but we're going to try it out anyways. It might be enough just to dry it. And I have that little tiny iron, so we should be good. All right. So red. I think it's going to be a lot. I got to get some more red in here, because I think it's going to be too much. Too much gray. Let's do the tough areas though in the gray. The dots going. Arrow. What I started to say about the gray was it kind of just goes into the background. That's what they say about black. Black is like a non-color color. It just kind of unifies things, brings it together. That's going to be red. That's going to be red. All right, let's start spreading some of this stuff before we get in a pickle. Because the fabric will suck it up. So, I mean, yes, you do have more time, but you don't have forever. Should have broke that up with some silver, but that's okay. Oh, there's some tight areas. Boy, oh boy. don't want to stick my fingers in it, which is why I'm gripping like I am. Okay. All right, arrow. Dots. All right. I think I got to bring back the black. Because I need to break this up a little bit before I come in with that red. Okay, we're coming down to it. All we need to do is this red after this. It is a very quick craft, and it cleans up very, very well and easily. Oh, I gotta bring the gray back. Missed part of the dot, and that'll bother me. Okay, it's good. All right, I gotta come this way a little bit because I'm creeping over on myself with my little ditch pile here. All right, let me clean this up before I put my hands all in it, and I'm sorry. Brown, huh? Well, just trying to keep the colors that we had at the top. You're probably right, but I don't have any brown ink that I know of. Well, maybe I do. All right, that's much better, but it is on my hands, so. But we're almost there. We'll just do our touch-ups and then it'll be another project done, which makes me so happy. I'm moving right along this holiday, I'll tell you what. I made soap today. That was fun. Gotta go down and make some more. I do need to scooch this up just a little bit if I can. Now you can see around some of these icons or the lettering that the turquoise part of the stencil is stained. The last time I used this, I think I used paste, and that comes off better than like say for example the red or the black ink. You just have to make sure that your silk screen area is very clean. If it's on the blue part, it doesn't affect the use of it at all. Okay, did I miss anything? Yep. Maybe up there. Okay, but she's drying on us, so we got to get it off of this. Hey, Trish. We're doing the big mama. Okay, let me get my backer. Let me switch this. Shows how big it is. This is 18 by 24, this puppy. Okay. Let's get all the mess to one side. Let's see. Please, please work. Okay, now that is a spot from before, and I missed something on the sift, so we got a little bit of touch-ups to do, and I'm going to do something unorthodox because that will bother the crap out of me, the literal crap. So I have some white ink. I'm going to see if I can fix it. It's better, but now it looks like there's white ink on it. Okay. I'm just leaving that one. Yeah, I don't know. You got to turn them on sometimes, Trish. Facebook's acting funny. I'm not getting notified for half of my groups. Like I was just watching my friend Danielle, and I didn't get notified for her, and I always do. Okay. Paintbrush. Going to touch up the sift. Now, I think I might have mentioned it before. You do not want to use a brush stroke when working with fabric. You just want to dab it, and you don't want to go too far. And I see down here we got to fix this swirl in the silver. That's okay as well. They're easy fixes. And if I don't do it, it will bother me, bother me, bother me, bother me. See, it just skipped a little bit. Yeah, that's disappointing, but that's, you know, that's just a mistake. I did it before I had nothing to do with the stencil. Had to do with my hands. That's why when you're working with ink, you got to be so careful. It's kind of a disappointment, like I say, but I guess I'll live. All right. All right, lids on. Oh, I could do something with the red, but you know, I haven't been that successful doing that. Yeah, it's ink tonight. But we tried something out. I put this is paste, the yellow. I've never combined them. I didn't know if you could. And I don't have any yellow ink, and butter needs to be yellow. To me. All right, I'm just trying to clean up my hands. I did see something that I wanted to fix. But I might call it good. But I did chalk a sign earlier today for my friend Danielle. And I did it so quick. I mean, she was here and I was like, oops, I gotta get this done. All right, so now I'm just gonna pull it off the mat. I already dried the top. So like I said, this is a big, this is a big boy. Maybe I can find something to put there. It's gonna bother the living heck out of me. But this was two-piece transfer, basically. So let's dry it up. Yeah, I couldn't make butter not yellow. And I like the colors. The recipient is doing her kitchen in red. So I think it'll look good. Just makes it more handmade, right, Nora? Right, Trish? I think that's why they call it a gift, too. Isn't it supposed to be the thought that counts? Yeah, it needed some kind of depth. This is huge. I wish I could get my camera to get it fully in the picture. But I mean, all this lettering, I'm pretty proud of myself. It's pretty crisp. It's a little thick over there, but that's okay. Okay. Not too bad. What do you think, Nora? With my faults and all? I gotta fix the word cut. Huh. You know what? I'm going to take advice from my friends. I am going to put a little black ink there, but that's it. I'm not going to go crazy. Yeah, I like that. It's better. Better, better, better. And since I have it out, yep. Okay, so that is the sugar cookie. We have stencils in all shapes and sizes, from literally 5x7, 4x6 size, to up to an E size, which is this. This is 18x24. We lost Nor. I think she'll like it. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. If I can answer any questions for you, I wish you'd let me know. If you're interested, check out chalkcouture.com/Laurel Divini, my name, for some more products. You can peruse the catalog. You can get some inspiration. And I lied. I'm not done fixing it yet. Right here. I'm not in love with that. Just trying to clean up the edge a little bit. If you have questions about Chalk Couture, if you want to buy, if you want to order a custom piece, I can do that. There's tons of Try Me kits on the website. It's very easy. It's a lot of fun too. All right, that's better. I'm gonna stop picking at it. Well, maybe one more. Little silver over there. If it wasn't a gift, I wouldn't be going so crazy. I just like things that I give to be, and I have a complex. This is my problem. I don't know when to stop. Oftentimes I make it worse. But, that's how you learn too. By trying things. And I do like that it's a pretty forgiving medium, that if you want to go back and do touch-ups, you can. All right. Last time through with the dryer. Because I have to go down and take care of my mother. Clean up the dinner dishes. Oh, see? My end's gone. But, I'm not gonna go crazy. I think this will be a nice gift. And here's the thing about a gift. If they don't like it, you're never going to hear about it. So just do your best. I don't know if you guys can see this whole thing. It's completely off my desk. Hanging down. Alright. I'm not too disappointed with that. And these are real recipes. You could actually do them. So, maybe she will. Alright. Last looks. So that's the top. Sugar cookie. You start over here with the recipe. Cream 1.5 cups. Did I miss a word? Butter and 3 cups sugar. 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk. Then add 2 teaspoons vanilla extract. Sift 5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Roll out dough. Chill dough 1 hour. Cut, bake at 400 degrees for 6 to 8 minutes. That's the whole thing. Well, there's some flub ups, but, you know, I think Brittany will forgive me. But I'm glad I finally, you know, I have to say, I'm very proud of myself. I set some goals for this holiday and what I wanted to make and what I wanted to do. And every time I say that I want to do something, so far, I've been successful in doing it. And that's giving me a really good feeling of accomplishment. And it's helping me out too. And it's helping me stay on track. So I'm a big list person. I am in my work life. And I'm noticing that I am in my real life. Make a list. There's something satisfying about writing a list of things that you want to tackle, and then as you tackle them, crossing them off the list. All right, Noreen, thanks for coming. Good night. Appreciate you. And I'm just cleaning up my jars. And I'll just talk to you guys for a little bit while I'm doing that. So thanks for coming. And it's 9:36, so I'm not too late for my mom. This was the step I would never take. And that's why I had to save all my paste. So it's worth it after you bring something out and you're working with it, just to take the couple extra minutes and clean it up. So thanks again. I'm going to hold it up so you can get an idea of the size. Pretty big. 2 feet long. But I like it. I like it a lot. So that's the sugar cookie. So thank you very much. Last step is to heat set it. You guys have seen me do that enough in the last week. So I'm gonna just put down my parchment paper. I already have a heat pad, you know, like an oven mat on my table, and I'm just gonna run my iron over it and hope. I'm gonna avoid the yellow because I don't think it's gonna work out so well, because I don't think paste reacts well with heat, but we'll find out. And if I ruin it, I'll make another one. So thanks again for coming, and I'll talk to you all maybe tomorrow night after work. Okay? Good night, everybody.